About the offensive performance from Angel Reese last night. Keyword, offensive. That is the only kind of offense that Angel Reese is capable of performing. Offensive offense. But I'm not just talking about the self-proclaimed villain, which, by the way, I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water.
But not when you got Angel Reese.
Angel Reese walked onto the court with an aura of invincibility, fueling intrigue and igniting chatter about her supposed offensive excellence. Yet, when the final buzzer sounded, that same offense quickly felt like an offense. To basketball, fundamentals. What was meant to be a display of dominance morphed into a display of defensive lapses, missed shots, and baffling on-court decisions. Fans who tuned in expecting a triumphant highlight reel instead witnessed a meltdown so perplexing it left the crowd questioning every bit of hype around her name. Why did this self-proclaimed Queen of the Post shrink under the spotlight? And how did one brutal night unravel so many grand illusions?
And Angel Reese, girl, you gotta rebound harder. Yes, I know you had a double-double, you had like 11 rebounds today, but you could have had 29. Like, you could have had 30 something. Sometimes the ball is just coming past you, you're just standing there. Girl, the fashion show was before the game. And the last one is also for Angel Reese. Look, if you're the big star, if it's supposed to be a rival between you and Caitlin Clark and y'all the two big dogs in the league, then you need to put the team on your...
For months, Angel Reese had been the focal point of endless debates, some calling her the WNBA's next big thing, others claiming she was the most overhyped rookie in recent memory. She built her image on grit, brash confidence, and a so-called villain persona. Rumor had it she dedicated this season to breaking records, carrying Chicago label strong, and outshining rival Caitlin Clark on every stat sheet. High school phenom turned social media icon. She arrived with a promise. I'm here to change the game. But as the season kicked off, murmurs became more complicated. Detractors whispered about questionable shooting percentages. Scouts raised eyebrows at her footwork. And even teammates seemed to sense that the star's brand overshadowed her actual skill set.
So it looks like she cannot play. I'm sorry, bro. She's not good. She's not good. She looked like she don't have the hunger. She don't have the want to. She don't have the drive. She don't have that dog in her. Bro, I watched Aaliyah Boston dog walk her ass up and down the floor and she wanted no parts of it. I watch her tap out on a nightly basis. She don't want it, bro. She don't want it. Let's be serious. Y'all drafted a bust. Y'all drafted a bust.
The tension took on new life when stories emerged of behind-the-scenes friction. Some said Angel's bravado was wearing thin. Others insisted it was just part of her persona that needed channeling. Either way, fans braced for fireworks, expecting a spectacle either way. Would she silence the doubters by leading Chicago to a breakout run? Or would this self-proclaimed villain become her team's biggest liability?
So lads, today I'm in my green Snuggie. I'm in my green Snuggie because it was we got to talk about the meme. The meme. I'm not even going to call them a basketball team right now. I'm going to call them a meme that is Chicago Sky because it's actually getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous, lads.
And so, with rumors swirling and eyes locked on Angel Reese, the stage was set for a high-stakes drama that no one could tear themselves away from. Last night was supposed to be the turning point, a moment to solidify her status. Instead, it became a cautionary tale of how hype crumbles under real pressure. Minutes into the first quarter, Angel clanked an uncontested layup off the underside of the rim, drawing exasperated groans from the crowd. Moments later, she dribbled into a defender as though the lane was invisible, losing the ball in the process. And by the end of the half, the Chicago Sky was trailing a depleted Los Angeles Sparks roster who lacked two of their star players.
The Chicago Sky just lost to the Los Angeles Sparks by a score of 91-78. And let's be serious here. Y'all lost to a Los Angeles Sparks team that are playing without two starters. Y'all lost to a Los Angeles Sparks team that's playing without 2 starters. The Chicago Sky, listen, man. Y'all the worst team in the league, bro. Like, let's just stop playing games. This ain't even let's be funny. I'm not even joking. I'm not smiling. I don't have a single joke for you. The Chicago Sky is trash. You guys are trash.
Commentators struggled to hide their shock. Social media lit up with disbelief. How could someone who presented herself as the future of the league repeatedly miss open lanes? By halftime, she'd amassed an impressive list of ironclad bricks, her scoreboard presence overshadowed by her humiliating inability to finish plays. Meanwhile, the Sparks, supposedly a team limping onto the floor with rosters issues, cleaned up easy rebounds and fast break opportunities, running circles around a Chicago squad that had no clear leader.
Sparks look suspect a little bit in that first half, but then they come out in that second half ready to roll. Here's the thing, this is a team that is playing without some of their players. They are playing without Ray Burrell, they're playing without Rickea Jackson, and of course they're playing without Cameron Brink, who...
While Angel clung to her narrative, Camila Cardoso quietly stole the show in ways fans didn't fully notice until later. Subtle glances, missed high fives, and half-hearted screens hinted at something deeper, a brewing frustration that threatened team chemistry. Rumors spread that Cardoso was fed up with deferring to a star who couldn't deliver, especially in crunch time.
Camila Cardoso, she is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor. This point forward experiment, this Ariel Atkins trade, this has done nothing.
As the game wore on, it became obvious that Kamila was recalculating her every move to avoid being dragged down by Angel's missteps. She dodged pick and rolls that involved Reese, instead drifting to teammates who actually passed the ball with intention. She hustled up the floor, hoping for a fast break opportunity, only to watch Angel fumble near half court. It felt like she was staging a tactical retreat, keeping her distance to preserve her own efficiency and future prospects. And in timeouts, the tension was palpable. Eyes rolled, shoulders stiffened, murmurs passed between the rest of the team. While Kamila didn't make a scene, her distancing spoke louder than words. Was she simply in self-preservation mode? Or was this the start of a quiet revolt?
Seems like Camila Cardoso is done with Angel Reese, man. Angel Reese is up there mucking up everything, guys. I've been telling y'all. There's only so much masquerading you can do. There's only so much you can hold up this facade. And in this video...
Either way, fans flocked online to dissect the replays and confirm what they suspected. Camila Cardoso might be done with Angel Reese, and the cracks in their bond were no longer hidden from view. But there was more to come. Team sports revolve around collective effort, timing, and trust. On this night, Chicago had none of the above. Every possession felt disjointed. Angel found herself once again calling for the ball at awkward spots on the floor. Teammates hesitated, sometimes ignoring her altogether, other times passing reluctantly, as if fulfilling an unwritten obligation. She's the star. We have to feed her. Yet every time Reese attempted to create something off the dribble, the offense devolved into isolation, plays that clogged the lane or ended in turnover. The result? A painfully slow pace that allowed the Sparks to set their defense with ease, anticipating every forced pass or ill-advised shot. Even in transition, usually a moment to reset momentum, Angel either lagged behind or barreled ahead without actual control, leading to more broken plays.
Like, I don't give a fuck 17 rebounds, Angel, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Real shit. Like, you gotta get better, bro. Like, you gotta get better, bro. Like, all them smoke layups, bro, is terrible. Like, that shit is, it don't even look like you looking at the basket, bro. It look like you throwing up shit, hoping it go in. Like it don't even be looking like you know how when you do a layup, you put the ball where the ball, so the ball can...
Fans noticed, commentators noticed, and if you looked closely, you could see Chicago's head coach wearing a pained expression that screamed, enough was enough. When your marquee player consistently kills spacing, demands a hollow spotlight, and rips the flow from an offense, it's more than a slump. It's a system-wide collapse. Still, Angel's hype machine trudged onward, stuck in denial, even as the scoreboard told a jarringly different story. But the fallout was only beginning.
Game 3 for us. Okay, we are still 0-3. Whereas the Los Angeles Sparks, who we just got defeated by, are 2-3. Okay, so they won 2 games and lost 1. This game concluded, guys, with the Los Angeles Sparks, the winner, having 91 points, whereas us, the Chicago Sky guys, we only had 78 points. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The Chicago Sky overall, we have improved, okay, since being defeated by the Indiana Fever, and then of course the other day, us getting defeated by the New York Liberty, okay? It could have got really, really bad for us. Even though this is still, in my eyes, this is considered a blowout. Okay, we lost by 13 points.
Once upon a time, Angel Reese's highlight reels made her a trending topic on basketball Twitter, TikTok, and every sports blog in between. She seemed unstoppable, but after a string of losses and a meltdown, this colossal social media did a 180 viral clips showed her missed bunnies and half-hearted defense on loop, accompanied by sarcastic captions and disbelief-laden memes. The move from idolization to ridicule happened in real time. With each humiliating play, the retweets piled up, painting the once promising star as the league's biggest letdown. Critics pounced, pointing out the gap between Angel's huge personality and her actual in-game production. All bark, no bite, one tweet read. Over in the comment sections, fans asked how much longer the Chicago Sky would endure a self-proclaimed leader who detracted from everyone else's performance. Conspiracy theories floated around. Was she playing hurt, or was it pure lack of skill? Others pinned blame on the front office for making Angel the franchise face so soon. The most telling part of it all? Angel kept smiling in post-game interviews, praising her own efforts and making cryptic statements about trusting the process. Meanwhile, the process was unraveling each time she stepped on court. The disconnect was eerie. She posted pictures on Instagram wearing designer outfits and posing with a grin that suggested someone living in a parallel reality, one where she was still unstoppable. But the pressure had just begun to build. Games slip away, but leadership is supposed to remain steadfast. For the Chicago Sky, it felt like they arrived to the game wanting direction, but found only confusion at the top. Angel's body language portrayed anything but a leader when adversity struck. Shoulders slumped, eyes wandering, and minimal interaction with teammates after bungled plays. Instead of rallying the team, she served up half-hearted attempts at motivation. On the sidelines, fans watched her jawing with referees or jawing with fans. Anyone except the players who needed her encouragement. Was this just frustration boiling over, or a glaring sign that she never had the leadership qualities to begin with? For all her talk about reviving Chicago's bravado and dominating the highlight reels, she seemed more invested in performance theatrics than in building real chemistry. That kills morale, especially when the rest of the roster is fighting for every inch, hungry to turn the season around. Worse yet was Angel's inconsistent approach to accountability. She might mention fans deserve better in a post-game snippet, but the next day she'd hit social media with memes or playful banter about shutting up the haters. The dissonance was obvious. Even casual followers felt the tension between her words and her on-court failure to produce. It was a harsh reminder that authenticity is tested most when it's inconvenient. But wait till you hear how the organization fits into this puzzle. Behind the scenes, sources whispered that the Sky's front office never expected such a catastrophic start. A handful of voices in management apparently wanted to bench Angel for a game or two, just long enough to recenter the team's strategy. But pulling the plug on your leading hype magnet is risky, especially when you've pumped up marketing campaigns around her. So they're trapped in an awkward dance, hoping she'll suddenly snap into superstar mode, while the losses keep piling up. Meanwhile, Camila Cardoso is said to be rethinking her long-term future with Chicago. She came to the league to win, not to babysit a brand-obsessed rookie who can't mesh with a cohesive system. As her frustration quietly mounts, fans wonder if the team's real star is the one being overshadowed by Angel's theatrics, and if that star will eventually ask for a trade. Could we witness a shocking reshuffle that leaves Angel in a precarious position? Rumors also swirl about tension with other WNBA players who resent how easily social media buzz can overshadow consistent performance. Rivalries, once playful banter, risk turning venomous if Angel continues to carry herself like a champion with none of the rings or accolades to match. Especially with names like Caitlin Clark out there delivering on every stage, fans question if Angel is just riding hype while others put up real numbers. As we watch the embers of hype smolder around Angel Reese's name, one question burns brightest. Can brand power ever replace actual results? The harsh truth is that the Chicago Sky's meltdown exposed more than just poor shooting. It exposed a disconnect between what Angel says and what she does. Her missed layups, stalled offensive sets, and questionable leadership drained the team's energy and left fans with a sour aftertaste. Meanwhile, Camila Cardoso's silent frustration has become the unspoken storyline that could redefine the team's future. If she continues to separate herself from Angel on the court, both physically and metaphorically, will the Sky's front office step in to nurture a new leader, or will they cling to a once glamorous image of Angel as the clutch star they desperately hoped she'd be? Only time will tell if Angel Reese will transform her nightmarish stretch into a comeback story, or watch her once luminous brand fade away in the face of relentless scrutiny. For now, the highlight reels remain overshadowed by her missteps, and the tension simmers hotter than ever. Still, a lingering hope remains that she'll finally address the flaws exposed under the brightest lights. One thing's for sure, fans will be watching, some with excitement, many with doubt, but all eager to see if there's any redemption left in the saga of Angel Reese. That's the uncomfortable truth behind the meltdown, the tension on the sidelines, and the looming question marks over an entire franchise. Like it or hate it, the story has everyone's attention. Where it goes next depends on whether Angel can rise above the controversies she helped create, or sink further into the quicksand of her own hype. Either way, the league is watching, the fans are talking, and the narrative is still unfolding, for better or worse.